Well, welcome back again, everyone. Today I'm reviewing an interesting looking cigar. It has a menacing name. This is the L'Atelier Surrogates Bone Crusher. How do you like that? Bone Crusher. Actually, this has two bands if you look closely. The top one says Bone Crusher. The bottom one says Surrogates. And there's a nice little like warning triangle on the back. These are made with the collaboration of Pete Johnson and the My Father Cigar Factory in Esteli. It is 5 1/4 by 55. Odd size 55 to me. Usually it goes 56, but this is 55. Connecticut broadleaf wrapper, obviously Maduro, very, very dark. Nicaraguan binder, Nicaraguan filler. There is your density. And it feels nice. Now this is, as I said, a very dark cigar, so I'm expecting it to be full-bodied, and hopefully it'll be a very good cigar. The L'Atelier, and I hope I'm saying that correctly, line also has other cigars which I'll be reviewing later. The Lat 56 will be coming up soon. These cigars were originally made for New Havana cigars, and but they're now available nationwide. So look for them in shops. So let's get started right away. Nice looking dark wrapper. The Surrogates Bone Crusher. All right, got the Zycar ready. A little firm draw, but we can definitely deal with it. Remember on the last review I gave you a score of the draw. This is about a 7. We can deal with it. Your first flavors are very deep espresso, some molasses, some citrus notes there, which I identify as a semi-sweet grapefruit, a large amount of black pepper. I would say the pepper at this stage, and this early of course, is about an 8. Intense black pepper. And I'm getting a few oak notes too. So that is how we are starting. As always, let's let it sit for just a minute and see if it'll come into its own and develop any more. Feels very full-bodied right off the bat. So the Surrogate Bone Crusher underway. Well, as you can see, I'm about 3/4 of an inch in, and wow, the flavors have really shifted around a lot. You still have the espresso. Now those sweet type flavors of semi-sweet grapefruit, they're gone. In their place is a dry nutmeg, and there's some earth notes now. The oak notes seem to be still floating around somewhat, but the molasses has gone away. So it's made a lot of change. It's still extremely full-bodied, no doubt about that. And I'm having to feather how I take my draws because it's not quite burning perfectly. This is a very slow burning cigar, so I would suggest you take your time. A, for a good burn. B, because it's so full bodied. So that's where we are, and that's how quickly the flavors have changed in the first 3/4 of an inch. Let's see what happens next. Well, as you can see, I've had to remove the bands. About 2 inches remaining, and I'm about an hour in at this point. Not a lot has changed. Overwhelming espresso notes, followed by earth, followed by a little light nutmeg now with a little citrus added in, and very little sweetness. The pepper is still way up there, and there are also those wood notes, oak, that are still there at the base. We haven't talked much about the finish at all. I don't believe I mentioned that. The finish is sort of a toasted cream. It's because there's so much espresso and earth, it sort of filters over to your finish. It's sort of a toasted cream, and it's very, I'll call it light. There is lingering pepper there. The cigar is still full-bodied, and as you can see, it's burning very slowly. That's about it at this point, and I doubt it's going to change much, but if it does, I'll be back. There we are with about 2 inches remaining. Well, we're down to the end, so let's wrap it up. This cigar is full-bodied. Those of you who like full-bodied, deep espresso earth cigars will like this cigar. The notes of sweetness are light nutmeg, light citrus. There is a touch of sweetness there now, especially in the final third, and there is a ton of black pepper. It is a very full-bodied cigar. There are also those oak notes that are continuing. The finish is one pretty much of a cream, or a toasted cream, if you will, and quite a bit of lingering pepper. There is a time and place for a cigar this full-bodied. It may make a good after-dinner cigar because of the espresso notes. And I have had the Lat 56 already. I have not reviewed it yet, but it's probably more in line with what I look for in a cigar. This cigar is good, no doubt about it, but it is extremely full-bodied, heavy espresso, heavy earth, and don't know much else to say about it. It's burned actually from the beginning. It's now finished up very well. So, given that criteria and how I described it, make your mind up. For me, it rates out at an 89. It's a little full-bodied, and it's not something I normally go for on an everyday basis, but there is a time and a place for it, and I can see that. So the Surrogates Bone Crusher